How's it going, everybody? Rob right here today, and we are back with our Ottawa Senators franchise mode. And guys, I just want to let you know that we are not going to restart just to get the jerseys. We do have the new logo in here finally, but unfortunately when we play, we won't be seeing the new jerseys, but that's okay because for the most part, we're going to be playing like 3 to 4 games a season. And in the playoffs, I'm going to be simulating pretty much everything unless we've got, the cup on the line or the series on the line, and in which case then I'll just jump into coach mode and we can watch it. I don't want to mess too much with the playoff simulation because 1 or 2 wins and losses is not necessarily going to swing the entire regular season, but it will swing definitely a playoff series. So we are here at the trade deadline. I wanted to get up into the trade deadline, guys, because I just think that it's the perfect place to start, and then we'll ride it out together. We'll simulate the end of the season together, but the team has been phenomenal. So in the last one, we were taking on the Montreal Canadiens, and I'll show you guys up here. We won 5-2. We then proceeded to just continue winning, only losing to the Nashville Predators once, but we lost twice in the entire month of December. December was insane. And then in January, things started to come back down to earth a little bit, but for the most part, we were still getting our points. I mean, I say back down to earth because we lost twice in regulation and once in a shootout, and the others were wins. Unfortunately, we were only winning in shootouts there, shootout there, overtime and shootout there, shootout there. So we weren't picking up regulation wins. The good part is we were picking up a couple overtime wins, I think. There's that one against the Blues, which didn't go to a shootout, so that's going to help for a tiebreaker. But then February was okay. I think we started to come back down to earth quite a bit. We recently picked it back up, though. We're on a 3-game winning streak heading into the Calgary Flames game. But I don't know how much I want to change. It would be a lot of fun to make a lot of noise at the trade deadline. But, I don't think I want to make too many moves. But a couple things to address before we jump into the meat and potatoes of this video. First of all, guys, thank you so much. You guys crushed it. You guys got 2,000 subscribers on the channel. Thank you, guys. I said that back in January, back at the start of the year. And I am so happy we did it. We got time to spare. And second of all, I want to see the funniest comment, the most relevant comment. It's got to be relevant. We're going to have a challenge. I want to see it. It's going to be at the start of the next video. I want to see the best comment. You guys can vote on it with the likes down there too. I will take a look at it. If there's a tie or there's just one that I think is underappreciated, I can vote for that too. But I want to see what you guys have to say. I want to see what you got here. But let's go ahead and check out the team points. And right now it looks like Dadonov, he's point per game, which is insane. But if we take a look here, we are only 1 point behind the Lightning with 1 game in hand. We've got the regulation and overtime win tiebreaker, so that's the important one. And goals for per game, second best. Goals against per game, 4th best. Okay, so we're not that far off the Canadiens. And the Lightning, wow, they're very, very good. If we can get the 1 seed and make them face Montreal, who's not necessarily a pushover by any stretch, I would really, really like to win the division this season. But then, as far as power play is concerned, though, we do not have a good power play. Do we have a good penalty kill? Yeah, we got a pretty good penalty kill. So maybe I need a goal scorer for the power play, but we'll see. We'll double check the power play lines and see if there's a spot where we can replace somebody. But if we take a look at the forwards here, Dadonov, like we saw, was point per game with 20 goals. That's already enough. Like 61 points and 20 goals in a season is what I expected of Dadonov, and he is going to surpass my expectations. Then we got Colin White. I believe he's now sitting on the first line, simply to get him some more ice time and play him with better players. He's getting 22 minutes a night? No wonder why he's putting up 53 points, but that's perfect because he's got that high top 6 potential. He's an 82. I believe he was an 81 to start the season. I can't remember. But either way, I think he's definitely going to grow this season. It's going to bode really well for our future. Then we got Brady Tkachuk with 49 points. So he's having a little bit more of a quiet season than you might expect there on that first line. He's got 13 points on the power play. So he is our power play driver. Time on ice, he's playing over 20 minutes there as well. Then Mikael Granlund, who I believe we demoted to the second line with Brown. And then Roslovic's doing well. So that was a good signing at the beginning of the season. Chris Tierney, Brian Boyle was a good signing. Jesse Puljujarvi. Looks like a good trade right now. I mean, he's getting 26 points in 60 games, so he's pretty much on pace for a 40-point season, and he's playing 16 minutes a night, so it's not like he's getting a ton of ice time, but it's also we're utilizing him pretty well. He's got to get that shooting percentage up, especially for a sniper. To be shooting under 10% is something I'd like to see improved, especially taking 134 shots. Then we got Josh Norris, who's got medium top 6 potential, whose 22 points are going to be good for us. Brett Ritchie, we signed him before the season for the power forward. 19 points is exactly what you want to see in 58 games. Austin Watson with 17 in 61. And then, well, Nick Paul jumped in for a single game. Then on defense, Cam Fowler. So the trade does look pretty good. Thomas Chabot, though, was a -5. I think that might just be an outlier. I don't think that's a negative on Chabot. But he's putting up a lot of points, which is nice to see. He's not scoring as many goals. Wow, we got a lot of goal scorers. Like Brandstrom's scoring more goals than he's getting assists, which is insane, and he's shooting above 10%. You're telling me Eric Brandstrom's got a better shooting percentage than Jesse Puljujarvi, and Jesse Puljujarvi's only taken 20 more shots. Makes total sense. But the plus minuses you can see here, guys, the defensemen are doing their job. They're preventing opponents from scoring when they're on the ice, which allows our forwards to then go and score. Chris Russell, the throw-in, is actually doing pretty well. If we take a look at the goaltenders here, finally, Matt Murray is having one heck of a season, guys. So with medium starter potential, you'd like to see him maybe grow to an 86, 87, maybe 1 or 2 points at the end of the season because he's having quite a fantastic year. Anders Nielsen, maybe, you know what? That might be the area we need to address at the trade deadline here, is finding ourselves a backup goalie. So let's go ahead here. Check out the lines. 1 second, boys. I got to be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that little cut. I had to go take a phone call, but we are back. Phone is on Do Not Disturb, and we're going to get into this trade deadline most likely. Now, if we double check the lines real quick, because I mentioned maybe adding a goal scorer for that power play. I mean, Puljujarvi's playing on the second line with Granlund and Boyle. So Brown's actually putting up a lot of points in 13 minutes a night. Connor Brown is killing it. What is that? 38 points on the third line. He's getting the +3 with only 13 minutes a night, though. That's what you want to look at. And Colin White is playing between Tkachuk and Dadonov. Puljujarvi's getting that +3. You'd like to see him play a little bit better, especially next to a guy like Granlund, who's got so many points. I mean, Granlund's got 45 points. Puljujarvi's only got 26. So something is not clicking here exactly. But you know what? I'm fine with it. Jack Roslovic on the fourth line, too, putting up a good amount of points. So 32 points. He's also playing special teams time. Defensively, Chabot and Chris Russell, Brandstrom and Fowler, and then Zaitsev and Riley. I mean, Fowler is absolutely killing it next to Brandstrom. I mean, they're both... I mean, he's got very good offensive stats. He's listed as a two-way defender, but I think he's a better offensive defenseman than Brandstrom is. But for now, I think we'll leave it like that. I don't think I want to change it too much because we don't get the plus. And I can finally check our lines again. So Chris Russell fits best on the second line. Cam Fowler fits best on the second line. Nikita Zaitsev. Wow, Mike Riley fits great on that first line. So we get a +3 if we move Mike Riley up there. And then Chris Russell down. So maybe I will move Mike Riley up there. He's a left shot defenseman. He's really good. He'll get Chabot the +3. Chris Russell still going to get some ice time. He's probably playing our special teams penalty kill. But if we look here, maybe a potential replacement for Roslovic, although he is doing really... How many power play points does he have? He's got 10 points on the power play, so a third of his points are coming on the power play. Colin White's on that second line. Yeah, he's on that second line power play, and Connor Brown is as well. So that's probably why guys like Connor Brown and Roslovic are getting so many points, is because they're getting boosted because they've got that power play time. Connor Brown's getting 11, so again... Well, it's more like a quarter of his points, but still, that's quite a bit. Fowler and Brandstrom, Dadonov, Chabot, Tkachuk, Granlund, and Puljujarvi. He's even getting first-line power play time. So maybe it's time to drop him off that first-line power play. I'm not sure, but we might be able to find a replacement for him, and then I don't know who we would take out. I mean, these guys are doing great together, so I don't think I want to make too many changes to the power play, but Roslovic, White, Tierney, Norris, Russell, and Cam Fowler are together, and Zaitsev and Chabot. So that's fine with me. All those lines are fine. The goalies, though, Nielsen, I need a replacement for Anders Nielsen. That's what we're going to go and target at the deadline, guys. We're going to go after a backup goalie, and we'll see which way the wind blows, what's out there. So let's go ahead, advance the day here, go past this Calgary. I want to be I think I want to be a conservative buyer. I'm not. This team is not going to win the Stanley Cup. I'm going to just I'd put money on us not winning the cup. If we win the cup, I'm happily going to lose my money, but I don't think we're going to win the cup. So being a conservative buyer makes more sense simply because I want to still get a couple additions to the team to maybe help us because we're simulating fantastically. Like getting a new backup goalie will help us at our achieve that goal that I just set of winning the division. Maybe getting another sniper for the third line, potentially moving a guy like Brett Ritchie down or Brown down or just fiddling with it a little bit. Getting a sniper to help out that power play because we need a power play goal scorer, right? So those are the two things I'm going to look to acquire. I'm not going to go all in on a top sniper though. So I'm going to be a conservative buyer. Let's jump into this trade deadline. Marc-Andre Fleury is available. He's got 2 years left on his $7 million contract. Not really what I want to go after. Just check out all the available players. PK Subban, no. If we're going to get a sniper, Evander Kane's got 5 years left, but he's a power forward anyway. Hoffman's a sniper. But to get Mike Hoffman and bring him back to Ottawa, would take a second, a third, and Sogard, or Thompson a third and a sixth. Thompson a third and a sixth for a 1 year rental of bringing Mike Hoffman back? And a trade just happened. What just happened? They traded a first, Robertson and Vierling, to the Ducks in exchange for Getzlaf, Manson, and Grant. Holy crap, they got a huge haul for that first. Lassie Thompson here is already 20. They want him. Do we bring back Mike Hoffman, guys? Do we bring him back? How much cap space? We would still have $6 million in cap space. Bring back Mike Hoffman. There's no Erik Karlsson here, so their wives can't get into a fight. He's a sniper. He would work on the power play. He's only got 3 power play goals, but heck, how many minutes is he playing? 20 minutes on a bad LA Kings team, though. How many picks do we have? Before I just go ahead and jump into this, we're not even giving up our third pick. We got a first, 2 seconds. We wouldn't have really any middle picks, which worries me as a team that's not exactly going for the cup this year. We'll come back to this Hoffman deal, but I want to see if there are any other potential backup goalies that I could use. Maybe that third would come in handy. Dubnyk's got a year left. Dubnyk's an 85. And Penguins, the Pittsburgh Penguins are trading Joseph a second and a fifth and a seventh. The Islanders in exchange for Pulock and Boychuk. They took on Boychuk's contract. Oh my goodness. They want a first line forward. Yeah, no, I didn't think Dubnyk. Dubnyk's way too good. Dubnyk's not the kind of backup goaltender rental that I'm looking for. I wish you could sort by position here, but unfortunately you can't. David Rittich here, 84 is not bad. Hudobin. Oh, the Buffalo Sabres just made a trade. That's in our division. Stahl and a Poso and a fourth go to Calgary. And they get Rittich. So I guess I'm not getting Rittich. But man, Buffalo's selling off hard. And they did get rid of Kyle Oposo's contract, which is huge. Huge, I should say. Elvis Merzlikins, $4 million. I'd have to give up there's that third I was talking about. If I wanted to get Elvis Merzlikins, but again, too expensive of a contract, especially if I'm going to get a 1 year rental backup goaltender. Yaroslav Halak, he could be something. They traded Martinez and a fifth, Nosek and Yurko to the Avalanche. Wow, they're loading up. Wow. For Foudy and Dickinson. Okay. I don't see who that really helps, but Yaroslav Halak. No trades found for Halak. Okay. That's okay. Go get Jumbo Joe, but no, I need that sniper. If I'm gonna get a forward, I'm gonna get a sniper. Let's see any goalies. Carter Hutton for a year. He's an 80 overall. Is very, very minimal upgrade. No trades found. Boston, tell me that they didn't just trade Halak. They traded a first and a seventh for Jared Spurgeon. Yaroslav Halak now. Do you guys want to get rid of him? I kind of want to make a trade for Halak because I don't think there are going to be any other goalies out there that are, Halak's got to be it. He's such a great upgrade. I can give him something really cheap. He's got almost no value, right? Yeah, perfect. So what do they want from me? Skaters matching the block. They want some prospects, maybe. Balsers, he's in the AHL. Chalopik, I want to keep him. He's got that medium top 6 potential. And the Coyotes just made a trade. They're trading away Jarmelson and a fourth to the Bruins in exchange for a second, Senyshyn and Steen. Interesting. Draft picks. You guys want next year's fourth for Halak? Oh, we would have too many goalies, so we got to give up goalie. Interesting. Okay, goalies. We'll give them somebody that they can use. Screw it. We'll throw in Hogberg there. Hogberg, Yaroslav has too much retained salary? He's not retaining any salary. Okay. Propose the trade. Rejected. It's too far off. Dallas is going to trade. Okay. So let me see if I can give them a rookie skater. Maybe somebody not signed. Grieg here. He's high top 9. Oh, what about Sokolov there? See if we can get that to go. Trade accepted. All right, so they say that they won that deal. They definitely believe they won that deal, but getting Yaroslav Halak as an upgrade over Anders Nielsen is huge. Now, can I move Nielsen now that I've got a backup goalie? Yeah, because he's the odd man out here. Does anybody want Anders Nielsen? No, they do not. He might just get... I might waive him after the deadline. And a trade alert. I don't know if I missed one earlier, but a first in Honka to the Sharks for the Vlasic, Dubnyk, and Marlowe. Holy crap. That is one heck of a trade. Oh my God. Okay, that's crazy. Gusev. All right, we're looking for that sniper now. We're looking for that sniper. Bring back Bobby Ryan for a year. Although I feel like Hoffman's got the same amount of value. Just Jesse Puljujarvi. Yeah, Detroit. Good one. Good one, bud. And if we traded with the Kings, he would not be in our own division. They traded Dubinsky, Koivu, Grigorenko, and a 7 to the Rangers in exchange for a 3rd round, Jalin, and a 3rd. Interesting. Again, like that's not exactly a one-sided trade, but I guess it's probably probably something that they would need. Do I want Marcus Sorensen? There's the real question. No, I'm not. I'm just traded for Halak. I could get rid of Watson, but he's good bottom line player. Sogard. Oh, I could get rid of Sogard. Or Gustafsson. Let's check out Sogard, but Sorensen doesn't seem like it. We'll see. He's exact top 9. He's a 3rd line sniper. He fits our penalty kill, but that's about it. I just want to double check before I get my sights set on Mike Hoffman here. They want to trade him. Does he fit our scheme? He fits none of our lines. Ooh, that could be, yeah, that'd be very bad if I went out and got him. Other snipers, Eberle, but he's got 4 years left. Although Eberle, we got a trade proposed to us 2 seconds in Reinhardt for Pajot and Lee. I don't want Pajot or Lee on. You guys can't use me just to cap dump, okay? Let's see. Sniper, Cam Atkinson at 31. There's Eberle at 30. Cam Atkinson, does he fit the scheme at all? He fits our 2nd line, but we got Puljujarvi on that 2nd line sniper role. How about, where was he? Not Atkinson, but like, oh, wait. Did Nashville just make a trade that made them sellers? Yes, they did. LaPierre, Stiegenthaler, and Bjorklund to the Nashville Predators in exchange for a third and Stone. Okay, Nashville. We got to go knock on Nashville's door. See what they want. Callie Yarncrook, center sniper. Ooh, 2 years left at $2 million. I would make a trade for this, a 2nd and a 5th. We have 2 seconds this year. I'm not giving him Brown. Thompson? Yeah, I think that Thompson's not... wasn't that the guy that I checked out earlier and he's 20 years old already? Yeah, he's already 20 and 65. Callie Yarncrook fits our 2nd line. He's a center sniper. He would just help. He's on 2 years at $2 million and we give up a 6. I'm going to do it. This is the sniper that we were looking for. So there we go. We got the sniper we were looking for. Nashville are considering themselves sellers. Maybe I should have gone after Pecorino instead, but his $5 million is crazy. What would it have taken to get him? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much nothing. Okay. Nashville's making another trade. They're trading Ekholm, Lievo, and Grimaldi to the Flyers in exchange for a 1st, McClendon, and a 3rd. Wow. Some of these teams are really, really big sellers. Nobody here. 2-way forward, the depth forward. Yeah, nobody from them. Yeah, I don't want any of these Islanders players. The Rangers seem to be done. Philadelphia seems to be done. Pittsburgh's done. San Jose still wants to sell. As far as, we got a trade proposed to us 2 seconds for Ryan Murray and Kyle Palmieri. Now, I like both of those guys, but I don't want to give up 2 seconds. I just don't. Because we just traded a 2nd, I'm pretty sure. No, we traded Lias Anderson, so we still have both of our 2nds. If we go ahead and check our pick situation, I do not want to give up too many high-value picks, because we got 4 picks in the first 3 rounds, which is exactly what I want to see. That's going to help us build a strong, strong future here in Ottawa. I mean, we already have guys like Stützle and Brown who are going to be coming up soon. Norris as well. He's in the NHL, but he's growing well. Formanton, Abramov, Brown, like I said, and there's Stützle. Obviously, Stützle's the guy of the future for us. So these guys are all guys that are coming up, but we need to surround them with other pieces. More specifically, we need to surround them with defensemen. We don't exactly have a lot of potential defense. I mean, to be fair, Brandstrom and Shabbat are both in the NHL as medium elites, and the LA Kings, is that the Hoffman deal? No, they're trading Jeff Carter a third, and is that Jumbo Joe and a fourth to the Oilers in exchange for Broberg, a third and a third? Did the Oilers just go and get... Hold on. Did they just go and get Jumbo Joe? Did LA trade for Jumbo Joe and then hold on? Am I going crazy here? That is Jumbo Joe. Thornton is now in Ottawa, or in Edmonton. Wow. So San Jose, what did San Jose give up to get Jumbo Joe? Hold on. No, not San Jose, LA, the Kings. The Kings got him somehow. Or wait, they signed him. What am I talking about? They signed him in free agency before the season. I'm going mad here. But again, let's break down our strategy. We don't want to make any more moves. Stützle is going to come up probably next season, hopefully next season. We've got Roslovic, who's got a bright future here. Norris is having a good season. Batherson's even a guy. He's playing in the AHL, but he is doing very, very well. 2 seconds for Brock. No, I'm not. I don't want Brock Nelson. Thank you very much. Again, we're a 40-win team at the deadline with what we've got. I added a couple small pieces. I don't want to mortgage the future, much if at all. So I think we're gonna call it there. We got Calle Järnkrok. We got Yaroslav Halak. I think that's a successful trade deadline for us. So there's the big one from Nashville to Philly. And no other big trades popping up. So we go take a quick look at the player and pick trading. Hoffman went to the Flames for a first and a fourth. So, and they got Colin Wilson as well, and a fourth. So that's a good trade for Calgary. LA seems to be selling off hard. Brock Nelson goes to the Arizona Coyotes in exchange for 2 seconds. So that's a great trade they tried to call us on. Nick Bjugstad goes to Colorado in exchange for Martin Kaut and third and 2 other pieces. San Jose buys in on Fleury, unless they just took Fleury's contract to take a bunch. Okay, they took on Fleury's contract to get rid of Evander Kane and take on 2/3, but also give up a fourth. I'm not sure exactly how that one works, but that, and we didn't. So yeah, we didn't miss too many more trades. It was pretty much done. So let's go ahead and check out what our lines can potentially look like now. Now after we've gotten Calle Järnkrok. Oh, it reset all my lines, didn't it? That is great. So we had this. We had White up here like that. Brian Boyle was playing on that second line to give us the +3. Josh Norris, where was he playing? Was he playing here? And we had Richie. Yeah, Norris, were you playing center? Yeah, Norris is a center. Brown and Richie. Or was it not Norris? Was it? It was Tierney. Yeah, it was Tierney. Chris Tierney was playing center for us there. Austin Watson scratched. Is he in the minors? I hope not. Yeah, good. Calle Järnkrok. Who do I want to sub out? Maybe Norris? No, probably not those guys. Because Norris, I still want to keep him playing because he's doing well. Austin Watson is a grinder. He's not good for chem. He doesn't really fit our schemes very much. Järnkrok, come on in. His morale is not fantastic, but if we move... So he doesn't work anywhere but that fourth line, it seems. Yeah, so we're going to have him on the fourth line there, but he's here to play in favor of probably Chris Tierney, because Chris Tierney's already 26. So we'll go ahead and get Calle Järnkrok there, changing current line, and then... Oh, there we go. Swapping him and Brown. So Shabbat, Dadonov, Granlund, Kachuk, and Järnkrok get the +3. Brown, Colin White. Yeah, Connor Brown will sub him out for right winger Jesse Puljujarvi. Yes, changing current line. So that gets us a +1 there, which is fine. And yeah, so we still get the +3 up there. Things are looking good. Getting Kelly Yarncrook. Got the +3, which is nice. So if I flip him and Jesse Puljujarvi, because I don't think Puljujarvi fits. Yeah. So the +3 up there is probably going to help our power play score more goals. And then, okay, so it just did the right thing. Kelly Yarncrook fits the penalty kill. That's also great. So he may not be playing a ton regularly here. Maybe swapping him. Yeah, swapping him and Brown is not a good idea because we got two-way power forward, which seems to be a good combination there. Jack Roslovic, he can play center right wing, but we'll keep that just like that. And things are looking good. So we got Colin White up there with Tkachuk and Dadonov again, because I don't think we can get because Dadonov, he's putting up points, but doesn't exactly fit as well as you might hope. And then, yeah, moving him off that first line is not going to help us out. We've got the Tkachuk power forward. Things are looking good. In the AHL, that does not look good. Baptiste is a power forward. We'll put Nick Baptiste up there. Batherson is unfortunately only a two-way forward. Chalopik, there we go. A +3 if we play Balsers, Chalopik, and Baptiste. Shaw plays with those guys. Okay, power forward. Logan Brown, I kind of want here, and then Batherson can play right wing. Oh, if we play him there, we got two-way power, two-way, which seems to be a good combination this year. Bodine. Yeah, Bodine for Formanton. Sniper. Okay, so Pekka is a playmaker. Sniper, two-way forward sniper. I'll move Gaborik down. That's fine. And there we go. So I think that's all set for that. Defensively, yeah, we'll move Goodbranson up because why the hell not? And Lahoe, maybe move him there. Yeah, why not? And then in goal, we've got Decord and Gustafsson. In the NHL, in goal, we've got Murray and Halak. Halak was playing well in Boston. Hopefully, he'll play even better here. Put up more Murray-type numbers, and those should be the lines. So we improved our special teams. We improved our goaltending. And now it's time to live sim the rest out. The first time you guys are actually going to sit with me through a live simulation. So let's go ahead. Ooh, this game against Toronto might be a big one. And then we got a game against Tampa. Okay. Hopefully we don't all of a sudden start dropping games like that. Come on, don't make it. Yes, there we go. But we do beat Tampa, which is huge. Beating Tampa is a big one because they're still ahead of us. But we need to start picking up some wins against these Eastern Conference opponents. Boston, losing a shootout. We get a point, but we're now third in the division. I was a little bit worried about this, that our early season form was just a mirage. And that we were going to come crashing back down to earth in crunch time. Edmonton, we beat Edmonton. We're only 4 points out of first place in the division, though. We beat Buffalo 1-0. That's huge. And then we lose. Okay. So the Leafs are pretty much out of it. Well, excuse me, not pretty much. The Leafs are out of it. We're 4 points behind the Panthers with a game in hand. So beating the Lightning is huge because that would give us home ice advantage in the series, but I really don't want to face the Lightning. I'd still really like to win the division. So, and the Canadians, I really don't want to be one of the wild card teams because then we'd have to face probably the Panthers or the Capitals, and I don't like either of those matchups. I don't like the Lightning matchups. I don't know. We'll have to check that one out, but we're pretty much guaranteed to make the playoffs. We are not missing the playoffs. I don't know how the Canadians have secured the playoffs, but we'll advance a day here past this Toronto game. We win 5-2. That's big. The Lightning are still 2 points ahead of us. We still got 2 games in hand. We still got a game in hand, and 2 wins out behind the Panthers. This is a big one. This game against the Lightning is pretty much going to determine the seeding. So we're going to jump in, and we're going to live sim this one. We're going to go ahead here. Hopefully we get lucky in the sim and we can get home ice advantage in this series. Obviously things can still change, but losing this game puts it pretty much out of reach. Winning this game gives us a big advantage. First period, Patrick Maroon scores. Second period, they're up 3-0. Third period, we don't mount a comeback until it's way too late. We lose 5-2, 3 stars. Who was in goal for us there? Was that Halak or was that Murray? Choking. That was Halak. Yikes. 18 saves on 23 shots is not the kind of save percentage you want to see. Pretty much finalizing that we are going to finish third in the division unless the Canadians come back and jump us there. The Canadians are tied with us, so a big point here would help us out immensely against the Rangers, who are second in their division. Against the Rangers, a 3-0 shutout victory. Okay, so if maybe if that was Murray, it's good to see that Murray plays well when he's in there. Halak was here to, help us out. We'll check out the stats and how he did. But Buffalo are in the hunt with a sliver's chance of making it. So if we beat them here, we can still catch the Lightning, which is the impressive. We can still catch the Panthers. So the division is not out of reach. It would just be absolutely insane if we caught it. Against Buffalo, we lose 6-2, and that pretty much seals our fate as we're in the wild card spot now. It's not what you want to see. That's definitely not what you want to see. You definitely don't want to be in the wild card and taking on the Capitals. Definitely not what I want to do. I definitely don't want to go through the Metro. No, actually, you know what? Would I rather go through the Metros, Flyers, and Rangers if I beat the Capitals, or would I rather try? I think I'm liking being the wild card. I actually want to be the wild card because look, we are one of 4 100-point teams in the Atlantic. If we get drawn up against the Lightning, we got to go through the 105-point Lightning, maybe 50-win Lightning, and then have to go through the Panthers or the Bruins. I don't want to do that. I'd rather go up against the Capitals. They're not going to hit 50 wins. So it's not as easy, or it's not as hard looking as the Lightning. Neither of them are easy. But if I had to pick, I'd rather choose the Capitals. Because if we beat the Capitals in a series, then we face the 94 or 93-point Rangers, right? Instead of the multi-100-point Atlantic slaughter we'd have to go through. But Evgeny Dadonov, if he notches a point in this one, will finish point per game on the season. Hopefully he does, because that means we win. We'll see how it all breaks down here in a second. I'm doing way too much thinking without even pushing the A button. So we'll push the A button, advance a day, and lose in overtime, but secure ourselves a date with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Tampa Bay is our first round opponent in the playoffs. If we would have, lost that game in regulation, we would have faced the Capitals, who finished with 49 wins. Instead, we have to face, as I had guessed, the 50-point Tampa Bay Lightning. Something tells me the next episode will be our one and only playoffs episode. But let's go ahead and recap how this season has gone. Go ahead and quickly check there. And yes, we'll go take a quick look at the playoff bracket in a minute here, but we'll check out the entire standings. We finished third with 102 points. How does that put us in the entire league? 102 points would put us 6th in the league. So we are the 6th best team in the league, which is great to see. As far as goals for per game, we're down to 3.11. So we're scoring fewer goals per game, and we're allowing a few more goals per game, because I'm pretty sure we're at like 3.3, and our defense definitely got worse. Power play got worse. The power play was what? I thought like around 16. I think it was at 16%. We're down to 14.9. Penalty kill did not get much better either. Got to check the individual stats, though, just to see maybe we just bench Calle Jarnkrok. Dadonov did finish point per game. He scored a goal, 32 goals, which is insane. Colin White with 72, up to an 84 overall on that first line now. That is big. He is up to an 84. And he's going to only continue to grow. So we might have found our second line center of the future. Somebody that can also hold down the fort on the first line while Stützle grows into be that true elite bona fide center. Brady Tkachuk up to an 80. I think he's still an 85. Or is he up to an 85? I can't exactly remember, but he scores 20 goals, gets 60 points, plus 14. Very fine with that. Mikael Granlund here, 56 points, exactly what you wanted. Connor Brown finishing with quite a good season. Same thing with Jack Roslovic. Tierney had himself a decent year. Jesse Puljujarvi, still only an 81, 35 points, but 18 goals is really nice to see. He's definitely going to keep trending in the right direction there. He may never become elite, but if he becomes a bona fide top 6 sniper, I think that's going to be great for us. Brian Boyle on that second line, still an 80 overall, 31 points, scored 14 goals. Calle Jarnkrok, how did you do here in Ottawa? Horrendously. He did horrendously. He did worse than he did in Nashville. So Calle Jarnkrok, I hate to say it, but I might scratch Calle Jarnkrok at least for the first game here. He fits perfectly on that second line. Puljujarvi, he fits better. He probably fits better than Puljujarvi, but again, being a -6 on the fourth line is just impressive. Like, I don't know how you do that in 20 games. Norris did well. Brett Ritchie did well. Austin Watson was a -1 as well. But, oh, man. I mean, he played 60 games and was a -1. He barely hurt us, but put up 8 goals as well. How many did Yarncrook put up? Put up 1 goal. He put up 4 points in 20 games, so we would have been on pace for, what, a 16-point season? And Austin Watson already superseded that, or exceeded that, I should say. Defensively, Cam Fowler dropped to a -3. Shabbat's a -21. Thomas Chabot was a -6, right? -5, -6. He was a -16 after the deadline. Was putting Mike Riley on his line a terrible idea? I mean, Mike Riley looks like he did fine this season, but Chabot being a -21 and Fowler being a -3, they don't even play on the same line. I made sure to change that. Chabot plays with Riley. Fowler still plays with Brandstrom, who, might I add, had an amazing season. He only scored 1 goal, but he jumped up to 34 points, a +26. Nikita Zaitsev had himself a good year as well. That $4.5 million contract doesn't look too bad now. And if we take a look at our goaltending situation, Murray did drop a little bit, but not by much. So he still had a good season. Yaroslav Halak, how did you do when you were in Ottawa? Not as good as when you were in Boston. 3-5-1, but it was better than Nilsson, who had a very poor season. Do we have any rookie skaters? Norris. Is Norris going to contend for the Calder with Lafreniere? I don't believe so. We'll just check out the entire leagues. There we go. Kucherov's going to win your Art Ross with 98, 97 for Stamkos, 95 for Jack Eichel and Alex Ovechkin, 93 for Point, 91 for Kane, and Kuznetsov there. Goal scoring wise, Ovi, who we don't have to go up in the first round, but we do have to go up against Kucherov, and Stamkos. This is going to be bad if I don't figure out that defensive pairing nonsense. But Oliver Ekman-Larsson put up 80 points. John Carlson with 72. Quinn Hughes with 66. Tied with Duncan Keith. And then Mikhail Sergachev. That is great. Any defenseman pop off in goals? Well, Oliver Ekman-Larsson kind of makes sense. If we go ahead and check out some goalies who played 40 games, the best save percentage is Lundqvist, followed by Matt Murray. But I think Lundqvist is going to win the Vezina, unfortunately. I mean, for us, I love Hank, but Matt Murray was right there. So he really did have a Vezina trophy winning season. Like, it was right there for him. He had the second best goal against average, second best save percentage. How many wins? Well, he didn't nearly have as many wins as everyone else did. So we'll see if that plays into any voting. Anyway, Alexis Lafreniere is definitely going to run away with the Norris, but I'm very happy, or not the Norris, going to run away with the Calder, but I'm very happy with the season Norris had. Any rookie goalies? Shesterkin had a one hell of a season. I wouldn't, you know what? It'd be kind of crazy. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'd be crazy. I think he could win the Calder. Like 917 and a 252 being like the third best goalie in the NHL with over 40 wins in your rookie season. Lafreniere, yeah, 48 points is fine. 20 goals, cool. But like third best goalie in the NHL. I'd give it to Shesterkin, but the game's probably going to give it to Alexis Lafreniere. But guys, we know the matchup in round number 1. The stat counting is done. We will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning with a potential date against Florida or Buffalo in round number 2. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.